Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Aki again, back with another Clash of Clans video. In today's video, I'm bringing back the Super Witches. So many requests for them, especially after the big boy nerf, which is like an indirect nerf, obviously, to the Super Witches. But I want to still show off that it does work. I'm using my 4 Super Witch method. With the 20 extra army camp, I've added an Electro Titan, which is kind of nice. So I really do recommend this army now because with the E-Titan, that's something we were lacking before. I've added that in now. I still really like the heal spell. I think it's awesome to make sure your healers stay healthy. And heck, sometimes you can even use it for your Super Witches if there's a ton of damage. King, we're running the Earthquake Boots and Spiky Ball. Queen, Magic Mirror and the Healer Puppet. Warden, Fireball, Ray Jam. World Champion, Seeking Shield with the Rocket Spear because I kind of wanted to stay away from the Electro Boots with this army. But I will see you guys in a replay, and then we'll go into some live attacks. Don't know how many we'll do, just because it is the Legends Today reset. And for me, on Super Witch attacks, the main thing you want to do is set a nice funnel with your fireball. It does not have to be too deep in the base. You don't have to go for the craziest fireball, for example, like landing in on this invisibility tower. But for me, I see something right away. So I'm going to zoom out. You choose what you would fireball, and then see if it was the same as for me. So I'm going to give you a second there to decide. For me, it was this multi-gear tower. Reason being, I land the fireball there, and it sets a very, very nice funnel. I can then let my warden clean up a couple of these buildings, and then I can get my super witches in towards this compartment right here. Queen and siege barracks at the 12 o'clock side to set the funnel, and then we're in towards the monolith, and then we'll end off at the town hall, which is no big problem there. To set up this invisibilities, it's pretty easy. I'm going to make the multi-archer tower, air defense, bomb tower invis. Same thing with the mortar and wizard tower. Get my warden in, boom, fireball. That's it to set that up. Not too hard to do. The reason I put my warden down here was just to test if there's any Teslas nearby. Then I made this air defense invis just for some extra reassurance. There comes that Tesla actually, which was kind of scary. So for you, I'd recommend just to put the invisibilities down, warden fireball instantly. Do not wait too long. Here I get a baby dragon in for the storage, again to just make sure my super witches will path the correct way. That baby dragon's actually going to take down that Tesla, which was some pretty solid value. Once this multi-archer tower goes down, I'm going to put my super witches in. Apprentice Warden. At this point, just going to wait for my E-Titan just a little bit here, but I place it right along with the King. Queen Siege Barracks at 12 o'clock. They're going to start working on that side. Balloon to test. I have 2 balloons to test for Seeking Air Mines. I think that's enough because we do have 5 healers as well. Ice Golems is usually what you're going to see in the CC. Why do I use the World Champion with the Seeking Shield and Rocket Spear? This is the reason. It sets the funnel. It tightens it up even more. So the World Champion cleared that whole direction. Fireball did this direction. And then the Super Witches are only forced to 1. Pop the King ability early. You're probably wondering, well, Aki, you didn't get any of the walls opened. I didn't really need to. I still have that jump spell. Because I did a good job with my super wall breakers early, I can use my jump spell later. And I wanted to take care of that invisibility tower because now that's set off, my troops are still in the core of the base. They're not going to run anywhere too crazy. Then I can get my jump spell in, and then we've got access to 1, 2, 3, 4 different compartments with that. I'm going to get a super wall breaker in front of this ricochet cannon, and we should be good to go. Last rage spell was a little bit interestingly placed. That was more so for where my troops are going to go, and then I knew my healers were going to jump in it, and that's exactly what I wanted. The queens take out the minion prince. And now this is just straight cleanup from here on out. We have the super witches. My queen sadly did get zapped down by a single target inferno. There is still lots of damage left in the base, but guys, these big boys still are very, very tanky. And then yes, it does suck completely that they get flung by spring traps now. I'm not noticing too big of a difference here. It's not that big of a deal. Yes, it does suck. Obviously, we wouldn't like them to, but hey, it is what it is. I will see you guys in the next attack, though, where now, let's just rack up the 3 stars. Sadly, I've been seeing a lot of Town Hall 15s. I also did want to mention you can use the Troop Thrower as well. That works very, very nicely. Okay, Town Hall 17. Sadly, it sucks, but we have to deal with it anyway. It's all good. Reason being, I'm just not seeing anything else. This merged multi-gear tower looks like a great target, but can I really get an invisibility in there? How about we try it? Because it's not a great base, I will hope we get to see something better, but hey, I'll at least just break down the actual idea behind it. Once we take care of this scatter shot, I think I can get my invisibilities in to line up this fireball quite nice. How many shots is it going to require my warden? What is it, like 4 or 5 maybe? Once that goes down though, I think we are totally good. Maybe an invis like this. Fireball. Oh my gosh, I hit the mortar. Great job by me. Now, this is actually not that great. But what I'm going to do is, that's nice. We'll show off a little bit of a mistake. But it's not going to be too bad because I'm going to go Queen and Siege at the opposite side. Super Wall Breaker. Baby Dragon, have them work here. Rage spell. Here comes a Super Dragon. This is kind of nice. People ask me all the time, how do you deal with them? Nothing crazy different here. You just want to kind of make sure everything stays healthy. We can do a heal spell through this. Roll Champion for the opposite side just to get some stuff going. King ability here because he was getting kind of tagged, even though that jump spell completely and utterly wasted. But hey, it is what it is. Not too big of a deal. Roll Champion going to make her way through here. We still have a bunch of troops up in the core of the base. Roll Champion sniping her stuff. The Spirit Box will come into contact here soon. There we go. Roll Champion's going to be able to take care of that single target Inferno. Pop the Queen ability. Have her clean up that side. Super Witch is taking a beating here a little bit. But you know what? It is what it is. There goes my Roll Champion. Can she survive? Yes, she can. But look how many Valks we still have left. We have the Queen. Super Witches. This base is done for, but it's just going to be more a matter of fact of cleanup. But again, completely biffed that fireball, but that was on me. I didn't do a great job at executing there, but hey, that's what happens. You want to go for the merged building? Look what I did. The multi-gear tower was not the closest building. It was actually that mortar. I should have seen that coming. And what I kind of happy that happened for was that goes to show that don't always think it's going to happen. Just let your Warden Walk spend some time on it. It doesn't have to be crazy long, but if you go 15-30 seconds, it would have been totally fine there, because look at the overkill here on this base. It doesn't really matter. Again, this is weaker, which I agree. Hopefully we get to see some better ones, but man, I've seen 2 Town Hall 15, so I didn't want to wait again to see another solid base. Hopefully we get something decent. I just want a decent 17, not like this. This is pretty bad, but hey, I'll see you in the next. And with this next one, we will try out the Troop Thrower, because again, like I said before, that works great too. Ugh, you know what? Not the best, but hey, it is what it is. We'll do more attacks if we see some 17s, but it's all good. Let's deal with this. You know what? This time the single target Inferno just looks amazing. Sets a quick funnel. Nice, quick, and dirty. I'm going to get my Earthquakes in right away. Because there's no healing hut, you don't have to really worry about it getting healed up too quickly. Then get my Warden in. Boom, Fireball. Quick. That all goes down. Now we can get the Super Witches out front. Apprentice Warden. Get the Queen to kind of start funneling the opposite side. Super Wall Breaker here. Let's get our King. Valk. Healers. 2 balloons out in front. And they should go the direction we need here. Next Super Wall Breaker. Queen's doing good. I like to provide her one sometimes as well. I'm going to get a Rage here. And that's where my troops are headed. So that's fine. Once that Rage Tower pops, or I was going to let it pop, but you know what? Took too much time. It's all good. I am going to heal up the Super Witches here. And then we can use an Invis for the Queen to deflect some damage off of her. And we need to take care of that single target Inferno. I'm going to go Roll Champion at the opposite side to take and ease some of that damage off. Queen ability here. Have it pop off. Rage the core. And we still have 2 invisibilities left to use. I'm going to get a Baby Dragon out here for cleanup. We can turn this into a mini RC dive if we want. Send in a Headhunter to help. But we should be totally good to go. Here's the invisibility on the Roll Champion. She'll be able to take care of that Ricochet Cannon by herself quite easily. Queens did their job over here. Super Witches did end up taking some damage. But hey, that's to be expected. That happens. Roll Champion is probably going to survive majority of the attack, especially if she ends up getting some tanking from, say, the Queen or the Warden. Sadly, the Warden got locked on too. Super Witches survive. Again, these are not the cleanest attacks because I know they're going to be 3 stars as they are such weak bases, but I hope I'm doing a decent job at showing that Super Witches are still, not, they're not just, awful. I know a lot of people were expecting that, but hey, they're not. They're still really good. I can show some replays against my own base. I just feel like some people are going to be like, well, that's your own base. You already know how to attack it, which is a fair point, but let's see if we can, fingers crossed, get something decent. I totally forgot to even add the Troop Thrower for that last one, but let's see. Let's do it for this one. Oh, gosh. Okay, I'm not going to expect anything differently. This one, easy Fireball choice. Single Inferno. We get the Invisibility Tower. I'm just going to go for that. I'm going to make the Inferno Invis. Boom. Fireball. Earthquakes down like that. Take care of the CC before it lures. Yes, it does. Nice. Let's get the healers on the Warden. And let's get our Super Witches out front. Apprentice Warden. Super Wall Breaker. Queen at the opposite side. I'm going to pop her ability right away. Have that funnel set. King, E-Titan at this point. 2 balloons out front. We are going to go the Troop Thrower. So I'm going to let it wait just a second. I'm going to go jump this time in towards the core. I'm going to rage everything up to get some healing. Send in a Headhunter. The Roll Champion to cut down the opposite side funnel so the King doesn't run on me or even the Super Witches. I'm going to heal everything up in the core. It should be relatively safe. I'm going to use an invis on the queen. Keep her alive a little bit longer. Nope, it did not. So that was a waste of an invis. Pop the king ability to get out of the base. Free spell whenever we need it. Maybe on the mono. There we go to keep those super witches alive. And then an invis for, again, the super witches or my role champion. And just turn it again, like I say all the time, into a little bit of a dive. I'm going to rage up the healers for the backside. This base is completely and utterly smashed. But hey, it is what it is. I love the thrower. I think it is an interesting choice to add in towards the army. It just helps. I feel like it does a great job at setting your super witches up even more. Again, I totally agree with you guys. This isn't the best telltale sign because you're not seeing the best bases, which I totally agree with. But I still feel like it gives you an idea that this army can work and is still very, very strong. Down goes my role champion there. That's hilarious. But all of our super witches survived. Multi-gear tower will also go down now too. We got the cleanup. We have the time. I like it. And I think super witches are still very, very viable. But again, I'm just praying to get a decent base. But I can show you my attack log right now. It's 3 stars. But we're seeing weak bases. Like 2 of them were Town Hall 15s. I'm not going to show you guys that. You guys would be mad at that. And I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't want to watch that. But we'll see what we can get on these next couple of attacks. Because I think I only have 2 left in the day. Hopefully, one's decent. I'm not going to be surprised if we see like a Town Hall 16. I guess I could show that off, but, you know, it really doesn't do you guys much, I feel, in my opinion. But hey, let's see. Yeah, see, we have, what is it? 2 attacks left, and we can only really pray here. But you know what? Let's just try it. Can we get another one? Come on, come on, come on, fingers crossed. I guess this is okay. This is a little bit better, but let's see. What should we fireball out this time? The monolith looks kind of juicy for value, so maybe I can go a quick fireball on that. I'm not going to let my warden take too much damage. So I'm going to go like this. Boom, fireball, earthquakes. Get the healers in right away. And then we can have them walk any which direction. Probably the one right here. Let's just go. Baby dragon at the top side. E-Titan, super wall breaker. Let's get the 2 loons. I'm going to get the queen for the opposite side funnel. I'm actually going to pop her ability right away to make sure the troops head in towards the direction I want. I'm going to rage them up to get some healing. Get the apprentice warden in. King, now we can place. The reason I did that a little bit late was just to make sure the king doesn't go into a dumb direction. Now we can get the troop launcher in here. Look at this. It's going to send in reinforcements, which I just love to see. At this point, we're going to fight the core off. I'm going to get a jump spell out of the base maybe. And then this is a great place to use our heal. I'm going to rage everything up. I'm going to freeze all this damage here. And then I'm going to pop the king ability soon. Right now. And then really that jump isn't that useful. Hopefully I can save my royal champion. Oh, almost had it go down, but that's all good. I'm going to distract a little bit with these super wall breakers because they're not really useful right now. Look at that troop thrower still sending in stuff, helping us out. But yeah, this one, we should be good to go to get another 3-star. Queen on the outside here, going to take care of that multi-inferno. Super Witch is alive. Going to murk that super minion. And here comes the big boys to help tank even more. Queen's got a healer or 2 on it, I think. And there's that giant from the troop thrower. That's funny. And then the Valkyrie cleaning at the top side. Very, very quick attack, actually, which is hilarious. But we've got 1 more left. Can it be something decent? I don't know. We'll see. But I'm hoping so. If not, I will show an attack against my own base. I feel like just to show that the strategy does work at max, almost max base. I only got supercharges left, but everything else is pretty close to max for my base. But then we can explain it in more depth, but I feel like it gets kind of redundant once you kind of just show it off, especially when we haven't failed today. And I don't think we're gonna. Again, I do not argue the fact that it is reset day, so that's part of the reason why it is so easy. But tomorrow should be better because we will be higher in trophies. We'll be meeting some of the better players, so hopefully, I'll see you in the next attack for Assault base. If not, you'll be seeing against my base. Okay, time for the last attack. Fingers crossed here. Just do not be something terrible. You know what? We take this. It's a Town Hall 70. That's decent. And let's go here. So, Fireball target. Nothing crazy. I don't want to go for something reckless here. I don't need it either. This single target Inferno looks like a prime target because it sets a really nice funnel. It just cuts the base kind of into a piece. So I'm just going to go like that. But remember, you see those mortars? I was about to ignore them and then I would have been in trouble. Let's get invisibilities on them. boom, fireball, earthquake, earthquake, and that is all dealt with. Then we're going to get our super witches in here, E-Titan, healers, get the loons, everything at this point. We're going to king, we're going to get our queen down here with the super wall breaker, let her test through that, and then I'm going to get the log thrower, troop thrower. Oh my gosh, I'm messing up everything. Let's get a wall breaker there. King, please turn around, baby dragon out here. Another super wall breaker. Nice, and then I could get a free spell if I need it on a single inferno. Everything's looking good. If we need an invisibility or something like that, we will be fine. I'm going to actually pop the king ability early, and then we can use the jump later. For the backside, I'm going to get a heal spell through all of this. Again, this is when sometimes you don't need it on the healers. You more so focus it on everything else, because my healers actually kind of took a little bit of a doozy from that fire spitter. So what I can do is use my roll champion at the opposite side. Jump spell here. Queen's still doing good. She hasn't bopped her ability, but I'm going to have to now. There we go. And we still should be able to cook. Send in a headhunter for the enemy roll champion, but my RC locked down to that. Super witches are going to get locked onto by this single target inferno, but it's all good. My RC should be able to come and save the day. Queen is getting melted by that multi-gear tower. Roll champion jumping in here to help us a lot. Spirit Fox is still alive, which is just great. And that should be able to allow us to fight off this town hall, especially with the big boys help my roll champion. Can she clutch the town hall by herself? I think she can, as long as we get another round of invisibility, which we do. Nice, nice, nice. Super witches still alive. That's a 3-star. And that is going to be a perfect day for us, which you do obviously love to see. Multi-gear tower only requires like 2 more shots. We have a big boy. We have all these witches up here, which is hilarious, but that's why I like the 4-witch option. I feel like it does a great job in a sense of like, I wouldn't say foolproof, but if you lose a super witch, it's not the end of the world. You don't have to panic. You're not going to be rushed into doing something silly, but really, really nice to get a perfect day with the super witches. I love that. Obviously, again, I'm not arguing that you ever saw the best bases in the world, but hey, better than nothing, you know. I wanted to get a video up for you guys because this was requested highly. I know a lot of you guys are super witch players, so I like definitely showing it, but this one, wow, was surprisingly a lot closer than I actually anticipated. Did not want this, but you know what? 3 stars a 3-star, and we take it no matter how close it is, but I think that was more so on me for getting a little bit cocky near the end here. But hey, we take the plus 320, as you can see. There's all the attacks. 2 of them were Town Hall 15s, but hey, like I said, I've apologized already. I'm not going to anymore. But again, the 28,000 subscriber giveaway now is over. I'm going to be posting winners after this video goes live in the community tab. It's now called the community post section. You can see it there. And we're right at almost 29,000 subscribers. We're only like 100 some away. So we will be doing another giveaway then. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you all. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.